Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with another transfer talk rumor roundup special. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, help us on the road to 6,000 subscribers. We want to hit that before the season starts. You can help us get there. Like, subscribe, and get your comments in below. Your thoughts on the latest players linked into and out of Aston Villa. We've got a few to go through, a few we've covered before, but some more serious links that are starting to occur. And does one player sale hold the key to those deals getting done? So let's get into it. I think the first one to start off with is Lois Openda of RB Leipzig. A pretty exciting one if you are looking at it. I think this one would really excite Aston Villa fans, but he's been linked on the proviso that we would potentially sell Ollie Watkins. Now, it has been said that Ollie Watkins is not for sale, which doesn't necessarily mean he isn't for sale. It just means that the price has to be right for Aston Villa to consider anything. And Manchester United seem to have moved their attention to Benjamin Sesko, which does sort of rule out Ollie Watkins, I would say. And also the offer that they're talking about around 30 to 40 million is a little bit derisory in my opinion. Yes, he's 29, approaching 30, but we keep talking about this kind of 29, 30 age as being old. Now, I would imagine Ollie Watkins can be consistent goal scoring for the next 2, 3, 4, even 4 years. So I don't see that as being old anymore. He looks after himself. He's extremely durable. He's scored double figures goals in the last 5 Premier League seasons in a row, 16 Premier League goals last season, 19 Premier League goals the season before that. And Bryan Mbeumo is going for 65 million. You've got to be talking similar fees for Ollie Watkins. So I don't think that is dependent on this deal, in my opinion. But when we talk about Openda, Belgian international, the Belgian link there, we've already got Onana, we've got Tielemans. So is that something that could potentially be a link? We've still got Dendoncker as well. Has played for Club Brugge, 4 goals in 35 appearances, went on loan to Vitesse Arnhem, 28 goals in 66 games, played for Lens as well, 21 goals in 38 games, and then for Leipzig since 2023, 33 goals in 67 games, and has 27 caps for Belgium and has scored 3 goals since 2022 and has represented Belgium right through from under 15s through to the full international caps as well. So a real player with a lot of pedigree and a lot of, I guess, history in terms of coaching and going through the ranks with his country as well. So really got a good background. Plays as a striker. Now, I don't think, by all accounts, looking at his stats in the Bundesliga, had the best of seasons last season, but 25 years of age, plenty of time to learn, plenty of time to still develop. His strengths are high pressing. I'm not too sure about his weaknesses on SofaScore, being penalty taking, ball control, and passing. I guess 2 out of those 3 are absolutely vital components to being a footballer. So that doesn't bode well for a player of his caliber. But I'm pretty sure he's not too bad at passing and ball control, to be fair. But obviously he does know where the goal is, which is important. But in terms of Bundesliga, didn't score as many goals as maybe he would have liked. I don't know if he started or appeared in as many games or was playing in the position that he wanted to. But if we look at this, he's right across the pitch, busy in and out, different areas of the pitch. So maybe not straight through the middle. 28 starts and 33 appearances, 9 goals and 13 big chances missed. So is he going to be a frustrating player, a bit like certain Ollie Watkins that we have, who frustrates supporters alike? 7 from inside the box, 2 from outside the box, 2 with his left foot, 7 with his right foot, and has won 4 penalties. Did contribute 5 assists and 7 big chances created. Accurate passes 67%, but 71% in his own half, more done in the opposition half, 61%. And in terms of his total duels won, 49%, and ground duels won, 52%. So, yeah, I would say he probably didn't have the best of season. Also had two red cards, which I guess that's something that you'd want to work on as well. But does have a really good real pedigree, is fast, and would probably give us that threat in behind and that pressing threat. Obviously, Watkins provides that as well. That we really do. I think we really do need. So it would be an exciting one for me. And I don't necessarily think it hinges on Ollie Watkins moving. We need someone to compete. We need someone to be able to operate with him. And maybe you can, looking at his heat map, it doesn't have to necessarily be straight through the middle. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on whether you would be interested or whether that would be a signing that would excite you in terms of Openda. And would we need to sell Ollie Watkins? Would it hinge on Ollie Watkins moving to bring him in? Now, someone that I do think would probably be lined up if we do sell Ollie Watkins is Porto striker Samu Aghehowa, or Samu Amadorian, but I believe he prefers Aghehowa. Now, we've talked about him before. Really big, tall, powerful, strong player. Only 21 years of age, but 6'4". My type of player who would be great in the air, brilliant in both boxes, strong, powerful, and would really bring some strength to our forward line as well. Scored 19 goals in 30 appearances since 2024 for Porto. Went on loan to Alaves, scoring 8 goals in 34 games. So it's really, really caught his... It really sort of kick-started his career this season at 21 years of age. Represented Spain from under 19 level, has 2 full caps for Spain last season as well, since 2024. So, yeah, really, really, really highly rated player, and someone apparently that we have been in talks with to look to sign. Now, I do think that this hinges on Watkins moving on. I don't see us being able to sign him with keeping Ollie Watkins at the club. His weaknesses are ball control. He doesn't have any outstanding strengths, but I would certainly say that goal scoring would be up there with one of his strengths. If we look at his stats, 19 goals in 30 appearances, and look at that heat map, comes alive in the box, does get involved a little bit in the build-up play, but really does come alive in the box. Now, is that more of a Unai Emery type forward player? Yes, we know Ollie Watkins really does like to run the channels and get involved, and he's kind of a bit of a hybrid. When Emery first came in, Watkins was told just to stay within the width of the penalty box. Since then, he's kind of been a bit of a hybrid. He doesn't do as much running as he did under Steven Gerrard and Dean Smith, but doesn't just stay within the width of the penalty box like I guess Baka did for Unai Emery those seasons ago. So it's interesting to see now, would we go back to this type of striker if we were to sign him? 19 goals, as I said, 18 big chances missed. So could have got so many more goals for Porto. And we know the league standard isn't the highest, but that is a hell of a lot of chances created. All 19 from inside the box. 3 with his head, 4 with the left foot, and 12 with the right foot, and 2 penalties as well. 3 assists and 5 big chances created. 79% in terms of his passing accuracy, 86% in his own half, and 74% in the opposition half. So not bad at all in terms of his getting involved in plays and keeping the ball and holding the ball up for his teammates. 42% total duels won, 36% ground duels won, 51% aerial duels won. I'd expect that to be a little bit higher for a player of his height and strength and stature. So that might be something that he'd want to work on. But this signing really does excite me. I guess the gamble is that you're signing a player from the Portuguese league who scored a lot of goals in the Portuguese league. He's 21 years of age and he's coming into the Premier League, and he would probably need time to acclimatise. Now, yes, players now adopt into a system and are told specifically what job to do. And particularly under Unai Emery, they're told, you do this job, and this is what you do. So it is a little bit easier to kind of acclimatise if you're given like a set series of tasks within the game that you have to do. Now, the only time that would come under scrutiny is if you miss chances and if you don't do what you've been told to do to the ability that you've got. And that's, I guess, where the pressure might tell and where the scrutiny would come. So that's where I would harbor some reservations with Aghehowa. Sometimes it's better the devil you know. We have a striker who scores numerous goals. He's scored 2 in pre-season already. He's looking sharp. He's had a full summer of rest. We know how he came back last season with a bit of an injury after the Euros, and he still scored 16 goals. So what is an Ollie Watkins going to be like after a bit of a rest, after maybe something to prove a little bit as well, with not maybe getting a move away or not getting a big money move, staying at the club, wants to seal his place in the World Cup squad for next season, for next year. So we have all the elements for Ollie Watkins to play really well. So it's a difficult one, but I'll be open to the move, but I don't think I would be open to it off the back of potentially losing Ollie Watkins. Openda, I think we could do both. I think he could play in a different position and he could complement Watkins. I don't think Aghehowa would be the same. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, we've also been linked quite considerably with Baris Alper Yilmaz of Galatasaray. Now, this one has got legs. Apparently, we offered 20 million euros and we've steadily increased this bid by 1 to 2 million euros, I guess, at each negotiation stage. But Galatasaray holding out for around 35 million euros. Now, this player is a winger. A player that we desperately need, or a position, that we desperately need to strengthen in. 25 years of age, played 111 games since 2021 for Galatasaray, scoring 22 goals, and has 28 caps for Turkey, scoring 2 goals as well, and can operate on both flanks. If we take a look at his SofaScore ratings as well, can play right wing, left wing, and striker. Again, high pressing is strength. Weakness is ball control again. That's 3 players that we've been linked with that apparently on SofaScore, their weakness is ball control, which, again, I don't know if that's true, but that seems to be a bit strange in terms of highly rated players. Can operate on the right-hand side, left-hand side, in the box as well. So really busy player all around the pitch. 21 starts, 32 appearances, 12 goals. So really good goal-scoring record. 11 big chances missed as well, so could have scored more. 10 from inside the box, 2 from outside the box, 5 with his left foot, 7 with his right foot. So both-footed player. 3 assists, 8 big chances created, 75% in terms of passing accuracy, 81% in his own half. 3 ball recoveries per game as well, so works incredibly hard for the team. 1.1 tackles per game, 52% aerial duels won, 44% in total duels won. So, and that's from 6.3 as well, and 4 ground duels. So, does get involved in tackling, does get involved in the game, and 9 yellow cards, but no red cards. So, keeps his head as well within the game. So, I would be really excited by looking at this player. He looks really exciting to me, and I think this would be a really good signing for us in the wide areas. I guess this would hinge on whether we could shift Leon Bailey maybe, and also maybe one other player who we're going to talk about in a second. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. We really do need wide players, and someone who can operate on both flanks would really give us a lot of versatility. So I would be interested in this signing. Extremely excited about this signing. Now, another player who we've been linked with, the final player we've been linked with on this show, is Matias Soule. Now, this is the player that we probably should have got this time last season when we got Baranachea and Illing Jr. I think we initially went in for this player, but Juventus didn't want to get rid of him, and he signed for Roma in the end. So he's been at Roma 2024 season, 5 goals in 27 appearances. Played 15 times for Juventus from 21 to 2024, and was at Frosinone for the 23-24 season, scoring 11 goals in 36 games, and has played for Argentina under 20s. Hasn't yet played for the full international side yet. Now, if you look at his stats from last season, can operate in attacking midfield and can also operate on the right wing. So again, someone who could play in that wing position, high pressing, long shots, and direct free kicks. Thankfully, not ball control being his weakness, but aerial duels this time. Very creative player, very good attacking player as well. Operates down that right-hand side primarily. So again, would he be a direct replacement for Leon Bailey? 22 starts, 27 appearances, 5 goals, 4 big chances missed, 2 goals inside the box, 3 outside the box, 4 with his left foot and 1 with his right foot, 5 assists and 9 big chances created. So got the stats there to back up in terms of the ratio for goal involvements for the number of appearances. Now, looking at passing accuracy, that's higher than a lot of the players that we featured previously on this show. 87% passing accuracy, 93% in his own half, 79% in the opposition half, 3.9 ball recoveries per game, and 39% in terms of successful dribbles, 46% total duels won and 47% ground duels won. And as we say, I mean, not many aerial duels he goes for, so can't really call that too much of a weakness. But this would be an interesting signing as well. And again, I don't know whether it would be shifting Leon Bailey to get him in. Would Yilmaz be the one based on versatility, or would Soule be the one based on a bit more creativity? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, finally, I think this does hinge a little bit on players leaving. Now, we've talked about Watkins, and it doesn't look like he's the one who's going to go. We've talked about Emi Martinez on previous shows. It doesn't look like he's the one to go. But could it be Jacob Ramsey that goes? He has been linked with West Ham for around about a 25 to 30 million initial bid. Now, I can see it coming in for about 40 million, 45 million maybe. But if you're looking at the PSR and then what you can offset because he's a full academy player, yes, it doesn't do great on the squad cost rules. It doesn't do too good on the wages. But in terms of PSR and us being able to then reinvest that money, you could probably go for someone like a Yilmaz and Openda based on selling Jacob Ramsey because of the pure profit element on PSR. So is that something that we are considering? He wasn't in the squad, or he didn't come on against St. Louis City. Now, it could be that he had a bit of an injury. You know, Emi Martinez didn't play in the first game. John McGinn didn't play in the first game. Maybe they're just resting Jacob Ramsey. But it'll be really interesting to see if Ramsey doesn't feature on Saturday against Nashville. Because if he doesn't feature against Nashville and nothing comes out of him with him being injured, that move to West Ham could well and truly be on. Now, it's been talked about him not being fully on board with the move. But is it a same situation as Douglas Luiz, where we're like, look, you know, we've received the bid. We're going to potentially accept it if they can come up with the price that we're offering, and we don't think we can guarantee you first team football. And he has to make a decision on his career, and then we utilize that money further down the line for Yilmaz, Openda, Matias Soule, someone like that. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Generally, the comments have said that they would be potentially, you know, accepting on Jacob Ramsey leaving. He hasn't maybe hit the potential that he could have done with Aston Villa. And if we were to sell someone, it would be Ramsey that reluctantly we would move on for the benefit of the squad and to bring additional players in. Now, has that changed? Do you agree with that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And does us moving for other players hinge on selling one or two of the others? Now, we know players like Moreno, Buendia, Dendonka, one or two others we really do need to shift out of the club. But Jacob Ramsey could be the key to signing and really strengthening the squad for next season. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A bit of a longer one because I wanted to go through all these players, but make sure you hit the like button if you've got this far. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. We'll be back with more transfer talk specials. We'll also be back with Rich Reacts, the new match reaction show after the Nashville game as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.